Hey traders, good morning. Today is Monday, March the 14th, 2022. We're kicking off a new trading week this week. Let's talk about our weekly trading preview and what we've got on store for this week and what we're looking at this week as well. We are looking at, again, a bearish skew on the day to start this week, and this is our weekly review. We do a daily update of the technical analyses inside of the trading room every single day. 122 points down, lower than we were last week, still in a bearish mode here, and again trying to recapture on the weekly level that 50-day moving average, but so far no luck on that. It does look like it's going to be another volatile week this week. We've got some news items that we will be talking about as we move forward here this week. We are looking at key support and resistance levels, but the real key thing I think that we're looking at this week, guys, is this pattern right here. We are just continuing to consolidate here into a springing area that I think is going to give us a pretty big push one way or another. What's the catalyst going to be for that? Well, I think it's going to be the FOMC meeting minutes and the Powell conference that we have this coming Wednesday, 2 hours before the market close. And so that's really, I think, what the market is hinging on here. We're going to try to take advantage of that here on Tuesday and Wednesday with a couple of unique trades. But it really is this consolidation area right here, this triangle that we are forming that is sort of pinching down and building some sort of kinetic energy. I think we're going to have a pretty big move here. And I do think, again, that the FOMC meeting minutes on Wednesday could be that catalyst into the marketplace. So how does that play out? Well, this is our result from our heat map from the last week's worth of trading. You can see that it was pretty much red across the board, except once again for energy and a little bit of activity on the positive side with basic materials. But other than that, guys, pretty much just red right across the board, especially with the tech stocks as they continue to sell off. We do continue to still have sort of the healthcare sector as my area that is the most oversold, continuing to look for opportunities there. And I think maybe next week we'll start to take a little bit of a bite in that area and grab 2 or 3 opportunities that we think look pretty positive. We talk about the put-call ratio, and if you're not familiar with the put-call ratio, a ratio above 1, that's when the put volume exceeds the call volume. And below 1 is when the call volume exceeds the put volume. It's just a way to gauge market sentiment, where the market sentiment is. And as we look at the put-call ratio right now, we're at 1.86. So well above that 1 target figure. Very bearish in the marketplace. And probably not a big surprise there. We look at volatility skew as well. That just takes a look at options pricing. For at the money, in the money, and out of the money options on the same underlying with the same expiration dates, and sort of sees where the volatility is at. And you can see, obviously, it is very, very weighted here to the put side. You can see a lot more activity, a lot more volume on the put side. Again, probably not a big surprise. But that means that not only is risk probably skewed to the downside, but that's where the premiums are. That's where the income is for us as credit traders right now, is on the put side. Also looking at the fear and greed sentiment indicator, it does look, this is an indicator that is sort of an interesting one. It's sort of a contrarian indicator, if you will. Looks at 7 different things. Looks at stock price momentum, the strength of the stock price, the breadth of the market, the put-call ratio that we just talked about, junk bond demand, which is the spread between yields on investment grade or quality bonds versus the junk bonds, market volatility, which we measure through the VIX, and then a safe haven demand, which is just the difference in returns for stocks versus treasuries. And again, it can be sort of a contrarian indicator in terms of whether or not we have reached capitulation in the marketplace. The fear greed index right now, pretty extreme on the fear side. still doesn't mean necessarily that we have bottomed out, but there is a lot of fear in the marketplace. Stocks that I'm still watching on my watch list for this week. Planeteer, again, it's been one of our favorites for cash secured puts, and we're still watching it down in this area. Amazon, obviously, with its news of a split and the subsequent move in the stock, that's something that we've got on our watch list for this week as well for bonus trades. And then again, my favorite trades continue to be non-correlated asset trades. CL is oil, NG is nat gas, ZW is wheat, and probably topping the list for my favorites is ZS, which is soybeans. Again, we're always looking for opportunities to try to find non-correlated assets that we can trade. I love the saying stocks, or excuse me, underlyings that are in the market but not necessarily of the market. They trade in the stock market, but they don't necessarily move in tandem with the major equity indices that we always track and look at. So those are some of the things that, again, that we'll be working on this week and taking a look at. Monday trade ideas. We do have some potentially market moving news. We've got the war, obviously, is still our headline risk news item for today and probably all of this week, and unfortunately for probably several weeks to come. But it is a Monday. Mondays are always busy for us, so we will be focusing on a 0 DTE index trade today. We're going to be re-establishing our IWM credit strangle. That's been tremendously successful for us. And then we're going to look to reestablish our 4 DTE SPY and Q trades. Little bit different approach this week with our SPY and Q trades. We do have the FOMC meeting minutes and Powell's conference coming up on Wednesday. That's probably going to be the big market mover this week. And so I would anticipate that we will do with our 4 DTE trades this week what we have usually done on the FOMC weeks, and that is to put it on Monday, pull it off on Wednesday prior to the announcement, and then put it back on later in that day. So it's not necessarily a double dip. It's really just a de-risking of the trade on Wednesday and reapplying it after the Fed meeting. So a little bit different approach there. Don't really have any bonus trades lined up for Monday. We'll look at Tuesday. We got PPI numbers out 1 hour before the cash open. That can always be a market mover depending on what those numbers are. Core trade ideas for Tuesday. We are going to get back into the bear market trades. We've had so much success with those. So we're going to put 2 of those. We have 2 of those scheduled for our Tuesday bonus session. And then for those of you that are looking at the scalping system, we will have that up and running on Tuesday, and we'll be scalping all day long on Tuesday, provided that the market gives us scalping opportunities. Also looking to do a 1 DTE overnight index trade, probably an iron butterfly, probably an iron butterfly pre-FOMC. We usually don't get too much movement overnight on Tuesday as the market is sort of waiting in limbo to see what is going to happen with the Fed on Wednesday. So this would be a trade that we would put on over the evening hours of Tuesday, take it off on Wednesday morning before the Fed would announce anything, probably right at the open is when we would look to take that off. On Wednesday, we do have, of course, crude oil inventory numbers that come out every Wednesday morning, an hour before the cash open, or excuse me, an hour after the cash open. We've already got an oil trade working inside of our account, and so we'll take a look at that and see if there's any possibilities to either A, enhance that trade, or maybe B, take it off and book our profit on that trade. We are in a nice solid profit zone right now on that trade, and so that's something that we'll be focusing on early on Wednesday morning. And then of course we've got the FOMC minutes coming out. That's really what our whole day Wednesday is going to focus on. And again, we do have a 0 DTE day for Wednesday. Again, with FOMC minutes coming out, we're going to probably try to do what we usually do on these FOMC days, these Wednesdays, and that is double dip. We're going to try to See if we can get a 0 DTE up and running right off the bat in the morning. Let it work for maybe a couple of hours. Take it off. Wait for the FOMC announcement to come out. Wait for the Powell press conference. And then maybe with around an hour to go in the trading day, we'll see if we can get another 0 DTE added into the mix. So looking for 2 opportunities on Wednesday to do a 0 DTE. And then, of course, our weekly oil trade. We'll see what we want to do with our current trade. If we want to add to it, or if we want to maybe just go ahead and book our profits on that, depending on how it reacts. No potential bonus trades scheduled for Wednesday. Thursday, we do have jobless claims numbers coming out an hour before the cash open. Probably more important for us is we do have corn, wheat, soybeans, nat gas numbers coming out before the cash open. And of course, we do have a nat gas position open, and we do have a soybeans, and we do have a wheat position open. We may potentially, depending on what those numbers are, look to add a corn trade. But the core trading ideas that we're going to have for our Thursday bonus session is a pairs trade. We got 2 of them, actually. Looking at 2 pairs trades for Thursday. And then, again, if you are in the separate scalping program, we'll be scalping all day long as well, provided that the market gives us the opportunity to scalp, right? Potential bonus trades for Thursday, looking at another 1 DTE overnight index trade. This one will probably not be a butterfly. This one will probably be a credit spread on one side of the market or the other, just depending on how the market reacts to the FOMC minutes from Wednesday's trading session. So this will be a 1 DTE trade. It will expire on Friday. Friday, of course, there's not any major news items that are pre-planned right now for potential market moving items, but it is a Friday, and so again, we will be focused on the 0 DTE, and we'll see if we can again get a little bit of a double dip here. We have had some pretty darn good success with getting multiple 0 DTEs in this current market environment. We'll see what Friday brings. That will be our focus for Friday. No potential bonus trades scheduled right now. So that's kind of where we're at right now in our overall trading system. Just a quick review of where everything is at. In terms of results, this market that we're in right now, very difficult to trade. Very difficult for investors, but for traders, it's been just an absolute panacea, just an absolute wonderful opportunity to find very, very rich premiums and some good movement and some good volatility. Our 0 DTE results continue to impress. We've had a total trade, obviously 30 days of 0 DTE opportunities so far. We've had 46 total 0 DTE trades during that time frame. 44 have been winners, 2 have been losers. Remember, you can always review every single 0 DTE's trading day. We record the whole entire day. We record every trade, and we record the results. So you can always review those in the private link that we provide to you members. Our 4 DTE trades, our SPYs and our Qs, since inception, that's back to December 7th of not this last year, but the previous year. 62 wins so far, 5 losses. Again, it's a good environment for these, even though we are having quite a bit of volatility. And we will look to take that off on Wednesday and reapply it. Our IWM credit strangles, we're now up to 10 total trade opportunities with 10 total trades that we have done. We've traded every single one of the opportunities that we've had so far this year. 10 winners, no losers on those. Those continue to be very flexible trades, very dynamic trades in terms of their adjustability. Love those trades a ton. And again, they've worked really well for us. Our pairs trades, we've got 10 total pairs trades that we've done so far this year, 9 winners. One of them is still open. That's our Charter and our Facebook trade. That's something that we're going to look at pretty heavily this Tuesday. See if we can make an adjustment in that trade to try to push that thing, nudge that thing into the winning column, take that off, because we will have 2 more pairs trades coming this way, coming our way this week. Bear market trades, I need to get off my butt and I need to get all of those numbers in. We do have 3.5 years of documented track records on those of only 3 losers. So over 3.5 years, we've had 3 losers, a ton of winners, and just some awesome ROIs on those trades. It continues to be our #1 trading strategy in terms of success. But I got to get that darn thing updated so that we know the real numbers on those. A couple of other things that I wanted to share with you guys this week as well. If you are inside of the trading room, a couple of bonuses. #1 is an order flow and footprint chart training manual that I'm going to give you access to. And the other one is we're going to slowly over time with the scalping program, those of you that want to be a part of that, roll out some different strategies, some different approaches. There's a lot of ways to scalp, obviously. And so we're going to roll out a example this week for you of scalping using the VWAP as the strategy and one of the core principles to the trading approach. So get both of those loaded up for you guys in the bonus training channel inside of the Discord chat room. So make sure and check those out. Always love to connect with you guys. If you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel, make sure that you're subscribed and hit the notifications bell so that you are notified when we update our weekly trading reviews and anything else that we're doing. Love to connect with you on Twitter. If you ever want to do a one-on-one session with me, you can go to the Calendly link right there, Calendly/Theta Seller. We can schedule a 30-minute Zoom session. I also have a personal email you can contact me with anytime. If you're looking at the asymmetric trading system or the live trading room, either one, we do have a free trial that you can check out on either one of those. And then again, as always, guys, appreciate you guys. Love Zig Ziglar's motto in life. You can get everything in life you want if you help enough other people get what they want. Hope this has been valuable to you. That's kind of our plan for this week, guys. So again, it pretty much all, I believe, pivots around the FOMC minutes coming out on Wednesday. Have a good trading week. Be safe out there. We'll talk to you soon.